Peace, family. Thank you for tuning in again. This is Aurora Divine, and I go by Divine Intuition here on YouTube. And today I am coming to you again with another video based off of my craft, and it is called Scrying. However, I do a form of scrying, which is a very ancient divination technique, but I do it in a more modern twist, which is through paint. And what I do is I end up manipulating the paint to receive intuitive messages through energy, right? The one consistent thing about all of us is that we are energetic beings, which means that I can read energies of people and bring that into messages through paint. And so I wanted to go ahead and dive right into one of my paintings. I did this in 2020, so it's about a good 4 years ago, maybe like 3.5 years ago. And this one is called Flowers in the River. And if you haven't, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Let me go ahead and pull it up really quickly. Bear with me one moment, please. All right, family, here we are. So let's go ahead and let's get into it real quick. Now, I noticed that when I do end up putting some tunes or, something in the background, something nice, something mellow, you can't quite hear me as great. And so for that reason today, I won't be putting some tunes in the background. And this is the overall painting. Now, I have the painting here. This is a relatively smaller painting. Again, I did this in 2020. So the painting is actually pretty small. However, it's not about the size, it's about the impact of the energy, right? And so, yes, it's slightly smaller. I don't really know the dimensions of this one. I think this one actually could be like a 4x7. Yeah, that actually looks accurate. However, it's still beautiful and there's so much to impact here. Now, for anyone who's new on here, I am what you call an oracle, and what I do is I am able to read energy. I am able to tap into energetic signatures that you may hold, and what I do is I offer service, and the service is these paintings. They are energy reading paintings. You can go ahead and give me a list of different colors, whether it be gold, silver, bronze, it doesn't matter. And more than likely I have those colors. If I don't have those colors, I don't mind grabbing the specific color that you're looking for. But I'm just zooming in so we can look at the overall vibe and feel. Now, notice how if you look at it, every energy reading painting is different. This is my own energy. This is one of the first ones that I've done. And I started actually painting in the year of 2020. I think I started really tapping into my painting or my craft, scrying around 2019, probably slightly before then, but I didn't really know what I was doing until I started really honing in on what I was creating. And then I started realizing it doesn't matter what type of painting I do, they all come out with pictures, literally. Again, I do not use brushes, so this is really manipulating the actual paint within itself, and these clear pictures come through. So I just wanted to explain what this looks like, right? Personally, to me, the reason why I called it Flowers in the River is because this looks like a visual of water and someone threw or like flowers in the water, right? And it's kind of like flowing down in a sense. This is what would be considered like the bank of the river, I guess, if you want to say that. And then this would be like the grass side, and this would be the other side. So if you're looking at it, you're kind of looking at it from like an angle going down, right? So that's the impression that it made on me. That's the energy that I read. However, you are more than able to interpret it in your own way. Again, this channel is all about seeing things from a different perspective. No perspective is right or wrong. We just all have different perspectives, and I invite and allow that type of resonance here. So there's a few different things, right? So one thing that I've noticed is that there's 3 flowers here. 1, 2, and 3. This is a big one, the center. There's a small flower here, and then there's a flower here. These 3 flowers are very different, and this is part of a bouquet. If you see the bouquet of flowers, and this could be like the stem of this main flower. Now, if we go in closer, which you're going to see a few different characters. The most obvious is this amazing dog right here, literally. Craziest thing, right? When I started, because it takes me some time to go over it, but it has to take some time to dry. So the drying process takes about a day or so. These took about a day because they're smaller. However, relatively bigger paintings are going to be slightly more than a day. And it also depends on how much paint I'm using. If I end up getting really clear images, I'll stop there. And it just depends on if that area is slightly thicker with paint, then it's going to take at least a couple of days. Mind you, like I said, I'm showing this because it is my craft. However, I am offering these as a service. It's timeless. If anyone hasn't seen my previous scrying video, go ahead and check it out. I'll leave it here, and I'll also leave it at the end of this video. As to, I was explaining, these energies are current energies. However, the energies that you see here, they all kind of say something. So if I'm reading that you have certain energies, those energies are always with you. Those energies are you. They're a part of you. Now, if I see a scenario in place, then that scenario is a current scenario, right? And so this is a current energy at that moment. This very well feels like a current scenario. Now, I'll tell you what I've deciphered, but I just want to go ahead and have you guys look at the painting and the characters, okay? So we see this amazing dog, and he's kind of turning his nose away to the right. Now, family, it's considered a dog, and you can literally see this is actually literally an image. I didn't paint this. When you look at it, you can see it's the energy that comes through it. That's kind of the best way for me to say it. But he's got like a slight frown, and I see like a red scarf. I think that there's a cartoon that has like this dog with a red scarf. I have to go back and look at it. We're reading my energy reading, so this was so long ago that I have quite a few different ones that are just the ones that I've did personally. So I do them during different times, you know. Right below that, family, if you can see this, pretty interesting. But that's a snake. And it's trying to eat this flower. Another aspect of flower is flow or flowing. This started standing out to me right here, that this feels like a face. The eyes, the mouth, the cheekbone, but it's kind of like half or squinting, you know? So this eye is open, this eye is kind of squinted. Realistically, it kind of reminds me of a witch. I'm not even gonna lie. Which is interesting because I have another painting that I will be sharing soon that has a witch in it, and she's the witch from Snow White, and she's actually holding a red apple. I thought that was pretty interesting. That will be fun. That one has a lot of different characters as well. Well, we move up in the painting, you can see that this is a bird, really big bill. Now, at first I thought it could have been like parrot. However, it doesn't really like it's hard. It is a bluebird. This isn't my first bluebird. This is my first bluebird from the paintings that I've done. This is actually my second bluebird, and these are my energies. So there's always a bluebird energy with me. But what I've interpreted at this time, because I already knew the energies that I was in, this is a firebird, right? So this is what I call the phoenix energy. It's a firebird, phoenix. And this is the second phoenix that I painted in my energies, which was amazing. So me seeing the phoenix come through again is something that was just a confirmation for me. And within the phoenix is a bluebird energy. So it's pretty much protecting, because if you see where this goes, it's pretty much protecting this flower. So just keep in mind, family, this always felt to me like it was a snake, but not as visually outstanding as this one, where it's actually opened its mouth to try and eat this flower. And I'll get into why that is. So this is, and I apologize, because this is something here, but this right here is actually a little ghost. I know it sounds funny. It has binoculars and it's holding it up like this, like seeing two eyes, right? And it has a hat and it has a little body, and the little body is like a little squiggly, little Casper like body. I know it's kind of difficult to see, but he's literally got his eyes like this, like. And then there's a turtle, little turtle right here, a little turtle action, you know. So at the time, I resonated the turtle with mother energies, like divine mother. You could also say it's like the world turtle. But remember that the turtle goes back to the number 13. It goes back to 13 moon cycles, 28-day calendar, 13-month calendar. So when I saw this, I instantly knew that this was a divine feminine energy. And I personally think that this right here was a spirit that came through within this energy. And yes, spirits do come through because we have that energy, so they'll make themselves known however they can. It's like an imprint, right? So they'll imprint their type of energy. And I feel like these little binoculars are keeping an eye on me, because I personally feel now when I go back to it is that these flowers are, in a sense, are things that allow, if you think of what, like I said, a flower is a flower, right? So I have two flowers in a bouquet, and a bouquet brings these things together. So one flower, you make them a bouquet, and now you have something that holds them together. A flower is, and it's all relevant because it's on a river that flows. So a lot of this energy you can kind of like see, like I can piece it together. Again, this is my own energy, so I'm pretty adept at reading my own energy. This I did feel like was a face. I haven't been able to make out if he's blowing something out, right? Or trying to blow something my way, or trying to blow in reference to like what I personally feel is the blowing aspect is like shifting the energy. So there's like something that's trying to shift the energy. What I see here kind of reminds me of like a pirate energy. That's what I was trying to get to. It looks like a witch, yes, but it also reminds me of a pirate. And let me tell you, fam, that all of these energies are so relevant. I actually didn't see this one the last time, but now I do today, which is pretty interesting. So let me go ahead and then let me express real quick what the energies really pertain to. During this point in my life, I expressed that I was just getting into my craft. But during this point, I was actually in a relationship, and the person that I was in a relationship with, it has a lot to do with these type of energies. This energy here, this energy here, and this energy here. On top of maybe keeping an eye on me. But dog backward is God. And so, because I don't think that I was in the dog energy anymore. I think that the dog energy is a masculine energy. And so when you start to, like me, this is why I was saying on the left side is a feminine energy. So it's me turning away from the masculine energy and really kind of getting into a feminine energy, which represents the turtle. Again, if you look up what the shells of the turtle mean, it's very feminine, moon based, right? Okay, so, and moon, I mean in a feminine energy. That's all I'm saying by that. You know, I had the person that I was in a relationship with definitely resonates with pirates. So that pirate face coming through, trying to attach itself to my flowers. I also think that the flowers are significant with rings of power. You know, I have two. However, I really have three, but this third one is being protected. I believe at this point I was bringing this, haven't yet, but was bringing this ring down. I don't think I hadn't got there yet because I'm too busy protecting this energy right here. And so the snake trying to eat one of my flowers, it's trying to stop me from being in the flow, being in my flow, being in my power, or staying in my power. And that also has to deal with this right here, which kind of comes from this energy, comes from this side. Yes, it could be a feminine energy. However, I just think that I'm being attacked from both sides, is what it kind of says, right? Again, this would be one side of the river, and then this would be the other side of the river. And when you're looking at it, it almost forms what? A V. So this is a very feminine energy when you think about the rivers, the flow, right? I'm starting to realize too that this masculine energy, that the relationship that I was in, his masculine energy was a very toxic energy. And there are some energies as far as principalities, entities and principalities, right? Because that's what we're really dealing with when we deal with a person. They try to dictate your flow, right? Dictate your movement. And that's also what I was dealing with at that moment. So, you know, I could literally say that this was all shown here in this video. I'm sorry, in this painting. And this is what I would say is the complete reading of my painting. If you kind of look at it, there's other little different things. I think it's easier. Like, look, this looks like a reptile right here. It looks like it's got some polka dots on it or something. But I mean, like I said, the phoenix, I would say that the phoenix is this phoenix and bluebird energy. This is my energetic resonance, right? It's an energetic signature. I definitely feel that the turtle is an energetic imprint, energetic resonance. And now I think that this energy right here is between either the person that was trying to keep tabs on me, and I think that they have possibly saw that I have a third, right, that I'm protecting. And so, yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and show the family the art of scrying. Again, I do not use brushes. This is one of the original paintings that I've done, and I haven't highlighted them. I've recently started doing that. Now, this is an original, so I'm not feel like I want to highlight it, and sometimes I highlight the newer ones that I've done, the most recent paintings, only because it will allow those to see it more clearly. And I also feel that when you get your own reading done, it would allow the contrast, those different colors to highlight certain things. So like what I would see, you may not be able to see, but if I were to highlight it and give some outline, then you'd most likely pick that up. If I use white and you see it, or if I use maybe like a black, some people resonate more with a highlight and some people resonate more with a shadow. So I tend to use both so that your brain can process both and you're actually utilizing both sides of your brain. So there are different techniques that I use to give more of a contrast to the newer paintings that I do. Everything is about to enhance the experience, enhance the images that are being portrayed in your reading. So if anyone is interested in booking a reading, the readings will take about a week to ship out. You can go ahead and email me at auroradivine444@gmail.com. It's right below. And again, family, if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe for more. There you are. If you want to go ahead and have your own individual timeless piece, go ahead and email me right below. Again, I thank you so much for tuning in. This is Aura Divine. Peace and blessings to everyone, and I'll see you next time. Thank you again, fam.